Yo, 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 and welcome to Across the Hobby, where this week and during this episode, we're going to look at the biggest items ending this week. So, this is the look ahead episode. We're going to look at 3 auctions and 3 auctions only this week. There's tons more going on. There's way too much to look at, though. We're going to look at this week at first, the biggest auction ending tonight and the biggest auction of the month for MC Sports Cards. MC Sports Cards is on eBay and they have one massive auction every month. They do a massive auction every week called MC Mondays, but once a month we get to see the MC Monthly Showcase. We're going to start out with that. Then we're going to move on to the premier auction that Jeremy Lee and I will be covering on his show Sports Cards Live on Thursday night, and then we will move on to the Golden Elite. We're going to try to do all of this in about an hour, but to start us off, let's hit the MC Sports Cards monthly auction, and as we do that, what I really want to highlight to you guys is this is the biggest auction that they've ever done by a mile. And as I show it to you guys, I want to point out that I've had to filter it down a little bit so I can get through the majority of it. So usually I just look at the biggest stuff ending over the course of the next day, and I just sort by ending soonest. But in this case, I've changed it a little bit. What I've done here is I'm just looking at items over $2,000. Currently, it's sorted by highest. That provides us a little bit less, a little less fun. We just know we can see them coming. But you can see this is still 134 items that are ending this week, or ending tonight. 134 items over $2,000 currently ending tonight or ending this week, right? So, there's some stuff that is at the monthly, and there's some stuff that's at the weekly. They're both ending tonight, though. So let's jump in. Let's spend the next half an hour going through MC Sports Card stuff, and then we'll do the same thing with Fanatics Collect and the same thing with Golden. All right. So to start us off, LeBron James's regular base Topps rookie, but in a PSA 10, is over $2,500. A lot more than it was a few months ago, right? This type of card has seen a massive boom as the hobby is increasing. Cards like this that are more recognizable, more plentiful, but in high grade are not super common. A lot of them are selling for a ton more. This is a great example of that. A Pop 34 Sam Jones, not the basketball Sam Jones, the baseball Sam Jones from the 1952 Topps set. PSA 8. Whenever you see an 8 from 52 Topps, it's going to be a big deal. The Kobe Big Man on Court, PSA 9, $2,100. The Bedard, what is this? Bedard SP Authentic. Is this his future? Oh, this is Future Watch. This is a big card with a really cool patch, really nice autograph. MC did a great job of catching this image right here. Great holofoil around the window and in the logo. If you keep scrolling down, the Ant Contenders. This is the clear ticket version. Is it $3,000? PSA 7 Yost is at almost $8,000. I love this Tiger. Tiger has one of the best autographs in all of the hobby, and that's at over $3,000. By the way, as we go through this today, I'm going to highlight about 10 cards where we'll talk about them a little bit more in depth. But for the most part, I'm just going to try to give you guys 5 to 10 seconds on each one. Connor Griffin, I don't know who he is, but what I can tell you is this one's out of 25, and it's already at $6,400 in a PSA 10. Now, I have 4 large cards ending tonight, MC Sports Cards. I've already sort of told you guys multiple times probably that I have a big card that I've been trying to pay for. After tonight, I should, fingers crossed, be able to pay for it after these 4 items. And this is the first one. It is the only Harry Sirius or Daniel Radcliffe, Gary Oldman dual autograph. I believe, if I remember right, this is a Pop 3, and there's only one graded higher of this card. It's graded a 9 with a 9 autograph. It's an awesome card. I love their connection in the movies and love the card. I don't know exactly what's going on in the end of oh, that's right. Daniel Radcliffe's autograph at the end, he has this FFE that sort of comes down. You can see when he signed this, he was still a teenager. And so he doesn't have exactly the prettiest autograph in the world, but it is legible, which is kind of cool. Gary Oldman's, on the other hand, is not legible, but it is a better looking signature. Roberto Clemente SGC 5 for over $4,000. The Steph Curry, the first year, I believe this is the first year from downtown, BGS 995, $5,100. Brady, that I've always loved. The score preview autographs from his rookie year where he's wearing his Michigan uniform, $4,950. We've got, what is this? The Brady 04 Super Bowl ticks autograph. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is an actual ticket that is in this card. We're going to make sure that that's the case before I tell you that for sure, though. Shaq's Jambalaya, one of his best inserts ever in a 9 grade. A great, great card, especially for a Lakers Shaq collector. It doesn't get much better than that. Mahomes from 2018 Select. This is the gold, second year, numbered 8 of 10. The Mahomes 2020 Panini 1 Prism Veteran Patch Auto. Sometimes we see some of these shiny patch autos not do as well, but I really like them. I think they're really cool cards. Caitlin WNBA Throwback Autograph. This one's the red, numbered 15 out of 99. Messi 1 of 1. Pop 40 Bob Schultz. Then we get to one of my favorite cards in the auction. The Kobe Bryant Ionics autograph. We're going to highlight that one and come back to it. Followed right behind it is this Ultimate Collection signature. And I think what I want to do here is I want to compare these two cards for you and explain why I think the Ionics is a far better card than the Ultimate, although I love the Ultimate. I do love that card. All right, now we got the Galaxy MJ at $3,400. The Pop 24 PSA 10 Titanium Kobe, one of the best looking inserts ever. Boy, you don't get much of a better patch on a shoe than this Shaq right here. I'm going to take a closer look at this one, but I really like that piece a lot. And Amen, Flawless RPA that is game used, and Al Dark that's a Pop 41. The Slam Cams, the only really cool insert that came out of 96 Z4 Series 1. This is an impossible pull. The only card really that you can pull out of that box at this point to actually make your money back. Remember, Series 1 didn't have rookies in it. So there's not many inserts. This is the only one that's really good. It's a really tough one to find. And Jordan's probably the only guy in the box that's going to get your money back at this point. Skip a few here. Pop 55 Jordan in a PSA 10. His 97 Flair Showcase row 1. This is the second year where you got the multiple rows going on. The PSA 10 does the heavy lifting on the price here for sure. A Pop 26 Jim Turner. It looks like MC to me is like breaking up another set of 52, or maybe this is a continuation of the one that we saw a little while ago. Not exactly sure on that. Ooh, a Mahomes Prism True Gold 2024. He has I think if I remember right, it's 8 years total Prism Gold. So he's 80 total Prism Gold ever. One of them is right here at auction. Big deal card. Brady Upper Deck rookie in a PSA 10. There's only 181 of these. This LeBron, I love that they call it out right here at the top. This is a missing serial number card, but this is a monthly showcase card. Notice you can see in the images, see how this card doesn't have that monthly showcase, but this one does. These ones that say monthly showcase, these are the bigger cards typically in the auction. Not completely. There's some stuff in the week or in the weekly that could have gone in the showcase. There's some stuff in the showcase that could have gone in a weekly, but your eyes can be drawn a little bit to the monthly showcase cards as like the bigger cards of the auction. I love this LeBron, though. I do, because it is what it is. It's missing the serial number. It was probably at the bankruptcy. Probably didn't come out of a pack. But what is it? It's still everything else that the 03 Essential Credentials now gives you. All right. It's everything else about it. And it's in great condition. And so if you don't want to spend 5 times as much or 3 times as much or whatever for the one with the serial number, this one provides a great opportunity to get everything else that you want with the card. An MJ Exquisite Signature. I want to look at this one closer because from where I'm sitting right now, that autograph looks like it gets a little lost. On the other hand, here's an autograph that's not lost. Let's compare those a little bit. Keep scrolling down. The Pele 2015 Flawless. Boy, that's a great looking card. A lot of his autographs go off card. I think this one does as well. But man, just look at the aesthetics of that. The great image of Pele, the great holofoil around the card. Fantastic. Kobe's first game jersey from 98. Again, he doesn't have one in that first 97 set. So his first one's the 98. This one being a BGS 95 is going to cost you. The grade on that one is going to make that card cost a lot more, unfortunately, for those of you who are like me looking for deals out there. A Messi BGS 7 at this point. BGS 7's over 10 grand. A Peyton Manning 5-star game-worn jersey. This is while he was still in the NFL. Really a great-looking card there. A Ripken, Billy Ripken, the F or Rick face, as they call it, card with his autograph, graded 10/10. Really one of the best Ripken cards in the world. It does look like it does. It's not like the scribbled out version, the white out version This is the regular sort of the words are still on the card version. $2,900 for that. A great looking Jeter. I want to look at this closer. It looks to me just to be the normal rubies, but that looks really nice. Some more 52s that are high grade. The Jordan Duncan Go Nuts, not graded. Really an interesting chance here. Most of these cards are graded. I can't remember seeing the last time one of these was sold raw. So one of the great things about MC is you get a lot of this stuff where it's like it gets sent in and it's like, that's a raw card. Okay, here we go. It's going to go out. What if that card gets graded, and even though it's yellowed, what if it grades an 8 or a 9? Does it sell for a lot more? It might. How will the companies look at the card now that it's yellowed and hasn't been graded? I'm not sure exactly about that. My guess is that it will affect the surface grade, but I don't know. I don't know 100%. Might be worth looking into that. I'm fairly confident PSA would knock that down for the yellowing. I'm not as sure about the others, so it might be worth looking into that. Potentially as a quick grade and flip, maybe not, maybe so. The Kobe Jerry West dual on card, UD Black 2007 autograph. Reminder, this is the first year of UD Black. Two of the most beloved Lakers of all time, maybe the two most beloved Lakers of all time. Certainly have an argument for it. Some of these cards from UD Black have not taken off in price the way the other sets have, and I will never understand it. Silver or gold on black is just wonderful. Just a great looking combination. A Steph autograph patch out of Flawless at $4,600, and a Tom Brady BGS 9 finest gold refractor. This one's out of 49, but from early in his career, not like the very beginning, but pretty early in 2006. You just don't find gold refractors from this era of Brady pop up very often at all. So that's why that one's at over $5,000. A Burrow Shield logo patch. It doesn't say rookie, so I don't think it's not a rookie. It's a game. It is game used, I think. Let's take a look at that. Let's see if that one is game used. One of the few Brady autographed rookie cards, and one that often gets forgotten. This is his Crown Royale autograph. Don't believe it's numbered, but definitely check the population out on that card. Oh, I love this DeRozan. I love this card. I think this is on a sticker. I might be mistaken about that, but we're going to look closely and talk about why I love that so much. And I love this Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, authentic autograph. This is the Bumblebee version of this card, or Bumblebee Rock rookie card. Gordie Howe, PSA 9, 1969 card. Griffey, PSA 10. Boy, the way that these have jumped is really incredible. $3,500 for a PSA 10 Griffey right now is what it's bid at. Who knows what it'll end at? A 1/1 Bobby Witt Jr. Cosmic Superfractor. Bo Jackson PSA 1010 on his 87 tops at $4,800. Here's a 7.5 on the Messi. Another big Connor Griffith selling for big money. Some more 52 tops cards. The Alcaraz, and this is the 12 out of 100. Whew! Big Alcaraz card right here. One of his certainly his most recognizable card, but in the out of 100 parallel, the fact that it's a 10 does really matter, and it's that typical Alcaraz autograph there on the side. All right, a Yamal autograph, Jordan rookie in an 8. Jordan rookie in an 8's over $9,900. The Yamal again at the monthly showcase. This is just a crazy auction, guys. Over $5,000 on that. Aaron Donald's 1/1 Panini Select from his rookie year. This is the regular black. With Select, you always want to check and see how many versions of how many base cards the guy has in the set. But back in 2014, there's a chance this is his only one. That is one really interesting card right there. You got to wonder, does he have more than one version or not? Some of you already know that. I do not, but I would definitely be looking at it. Jordan's 01 Tributes autograph. There are several cards for this in the set. There are, and we'll look at it. Let's talk more about that. Priest Lauderdale's PSA 6 green, his PMG green. The story on this card is you want to check and look at the whole population report. You will be able to tell how much the card is going to sell for approximately based on how many of them there are and where it stacks or where it ranks in the population. I will tell you, if it's the highest one and it's a pop 1 or pop 2, it's going to do really well, even though it's just Priest Lauderdale. And he did not have some great NBA career. Priest Lauderdale did not. But if it's one of the best greens in existence, there's a couple people putting together the set in high PSA grade, and that will affect it. Now we get to card number 2 of mine of the week, and we will talk about that actually with the other ones here in just a minute. Okay, Pete Rose, BVG 8 rookie card. You just don't see a lot of This kind of cards still in BGS holders. Almost all of them have been crossed either to SGC or to PSA. Sometimes provide some good buying opportunities, especially for those of you with really good eyes who can look at the condition and sort of assess what's this going to grade with PSA. And you know what? Let's look at that too. Let's compare the difference between those two things here in a second. What's this Ruth graded? 2.5. Not a bad card. From where I sit, really good eye appeal. Definitely off-centered, left to right, right to left. Yeah, left to right. $9,200 on that. Shohei batting autograph. Not one of the parallels, just the regular card. $16,000. $910. Jackie Robinson, one of his two mainstream 1949 cards. Remember, the Leaf was also made in 49. This is a 4, but boy, does it look good. Looks really good for a 4. $7,200 on that. A Trout blue at $6,400. A Messi, another Messi. This is the third one in this auction. $13,400. Are people just dropping Messi now? Are they just dropping this card? Or are people just sort of saying, hey, I see movement. Sometimes movement does not mean that it's just going to fall apart. Sometimes it does. We will see. We will see what happens with that. All right, let's keep rolling here. A huge Dwayne Wade. And to me, one of the most interesting cards in the whole auction. Dwayne Wade had a very different autograph in 2003. And this is a great looking patch. It's one of his rarest inserts from 2003. Exquisite. The autograph's fantastic. Again, it is a rookie insert from the most popular brand or most popular release, probably of the modern hobby. And it's $3,500. He's clear cut to me the second best player from the set or from that rookie class. Obviously, he's not LeBron, but dude, he won 3 championships. He's one behind LeBron in terms of total count, and he's probably the third greatest shooting guard of all time. I just think it's a deal. I really do. Be interesting to see how much that goes for. Mahomes, I love the set. I always have loved Impeccable. It's great looking, and this is no different right here. Brady's horizontal here, numbered out of what is it? Numbered out of 250. Rookie insert at $6,600. Another card that is mine, the Tim Duncan logo man. I want to do an assessment on whether I made a good trade for that card or not. You guys can let me know. So we're going to highlight that, and we're going to talk about it here in just a minute. Pop 2 Griffey 98 Invincible Kramer's Choice Purple. You have no idea how big a deal this set was unless you lived this. Kramer's Choice. These and then these little triangles with the, like, some of them were jumbo and some of them were smaller, and some of these cards were like the most popular cards of the era in both football and in baseball. One of my favorite cards in the auction by far, might even be the same seller as that Wade we just talked about. I have always loved this card. We're gonna spend some good time talking about that. Gosh, we've really been going for a while now. A BGS 9 on this Messi. Whoo! A 9 on that Messi. Wow. The Chamberlain autograph. Oh, we got to talk about that card. Man, this auction, guys. Holy smokes. A PSA 5 on the Kobe. Raise the Roof. One of my favorite Kobe cards in existence. Oh, this Jordan. We've got to talk about it. A 7.5 on the Kobe. Playmakers Theater. Wow. And then another one of my cards, the Stockton Credentials. Let's talk about that one. I'll tell you guys that story. The Allen Iverson. Holy smokes. And another Duncan Go Nuts MJ. A second Raj Duncan Go Nuts MJ. Are you kidding me? In the same auction, I've got 20 items now highlighted. This is crazy. I'm like going bonkers. I'm not going to look at any of the cases, although they're worth looking at. I'm just not going to. Brady, look at this. Look at this Kobe. 6 out of 10, one of his very early ultimate patches. 2004 is a little bit different. That's when they started making the ultimate premium patches. Some of the best cards ever. Before that, they made like smaller ones. So this is sort of like the ones before it. But what this has over the premium patches is that's a really low numbered card out of 10. And you can see from the great imaging here by MC that you got great holofoil around each. My goodness. And then we finish with a PSA 4 Fanatics top 15 percentile star rookie or star XRC. East-West Kobe has gone absolutely bananas. The round ball royalty. MJ is one of his best insert refractors. Man, what a week. Okay, how many do we have here? We have about 20 individual cards. I can't do all. I don't know if I'm going to hit all of them as well as I wanted to, but let's look at the key things here. So this Brady autograph, my question was, is this from a ticket? I believe it is. We will see. I might be wrong. As per Topps sponsorship agreement with NFL Properties, Topps was given the right to acquire and insert Super Bowl relics in its 2004 products. Super Bowl. It doesn't say it's a ticket, but I believe it's a ticket. Let's look at the front. Official ticket. There it is. So for Super Bowl 38, Topps was able to acquire tickets. Tom signs it as part of this card. And then the card is not numbered though, right? So the question, of course, is how many of these are there? So I would suggest looking that up. Understanding how many there are is really a determining factor for how much any card's going to be worth. Okay, I really wanted to talk about these two Kobe autographs. Okay, so this is so interesting. And we're going to use gem rate here to illustrate to us what some of the differences here. It's not just a population thing, though. In fact, let's talk about first. So this one's at $4,700, PSA 810. This one's PSA 910, so higher grade and a little bit less money, so $4,300. So as of where the bidding is right now, the market agrees with me that the Ionics is a better card, right? Because this is a lower grade for more money than the higher grade right here. The version of Kobe's autograph is actually the same. This one from 2003 just has the simple Kobe autograph. This one from 1999 just has the simple Kobe autograph. Not as refined. Kobe, I think, started curling this a little bit more as the years went by. And this sort of does that where it gets a little bit longer, maybe saying that better than it curls. But this is, he's been doing this autograph a little bit longer. Remember, his first autograph also included the 8, his first on NBA license stuff, I should say. So why do I think this card is so much better? So number one, it is from 4 years before this one is. Ultimate is for sure a more popular product than Ionics was, but Ultimate also had him sign way more cards. So this one's not as old. Older typically is better. Like him signing it earlier is typically thought of as a good thing. He signed this before they ever won a championship. He signed this before he became like the great Kobe Bryant. At this point, he'd won 2-3 championships. This one's vertical. This one's horizontal, if that sort of thing matters to you. And then if we go to gem rate, and this is where, let's see, and I haven't checked with gem rate first, so this may not be a good comparison. It's pausing on me. I don't know why it's pausing. Let's see. Okay. So if we come into universal search and we just type in Kobe Ionics 1999, we're going to find this right here. 1999 UD Ionics, UD Authentics, Kobe BGS. There are 38 of these. So then the question is, can we find the PSA, which largely captures most of it? Oh, I don't see PSAs on here. Darn it. Let me try Authentics. BGS is 38. Gosh. So usually this works. It did not work here, unfortunately. That's okay. Still grateful for gem rate. Let's just let's check it real quick. So if we go to PSA Pop Report 1999 Ionics Authentics autos. Let's see if that gives us anything. I think it did. Okay. So I think it's going to be lower than the Beckett number. We'll see how much lower. So it's going to be 11 plus, remember you got to add the PSA DNA, plus 13. So so I was right. There's 24, which is significantly less than we have here. So 24 plus 38. So there's 62 that have been graded. And again, it's one of his earliest solo autographs. Remember, he doesn't have any NBA license stuff in 96. His 97 autographs are all just the co-signers. That's all he's got, and non-NBA license stuff. In 98, he gets the Bowman's Best with the atomic refractor and the regular refractor, and then the regular tops. And then this is 99. And that's it. That's like all the autographs he has thus far. right? He just does not have a lot of autographs to this point in his career. So this one's much earlier. There's only 62 of them that have been graded. And then if we compare that to the Ultimate, I think this number might surprise you guys. Ultimate 2003 auto. So this is one where GemRate has done a universal pop report. Look at that number. 319. So hopefully that really stands out to you, because it sure does to me. So to summarize, there are 62 of these that have been graded by PSA and Beckett. Much earlier card, 62 total. Vertical card, earlier, like much earlier card, like one of the first autographs where he's signing like this rather than with the 8 at the end. Signed 4 years later, 5 times as plentiful. Horizontal, brand that people like more. Better known card. Also, the lowest parallel of the card that became, it's a multi-million-dollar card now. The Logoman Auto, the first Logoman Auto out of Ultimate. Because this year, it's like a parallel of this card. So how much more do I like this card than this card? Just me. Just me. I would love to have that card in my collection and would likely keep it in my collection as long as I possibly could. I love it. I really love it. I feel like we see these all the time. That's how different they are to me. 5X, the quantity is not a shock to me at all. I know it's a 9. I know it's a higher grade. I would pay 2 to 3 times as much for this card than I would this one. And again, I just don't look at everyone. I think everybody looks at like graphs and like what stuff sells for, and that's how they determine what they pay. I don't do that. I just ask the question, how much do I want this in my collection? I would love either one of them. It's a Kobe autograph. Like, let's get real. I would love either one of them in my collection. To me, this is a vastly superior card. With that said, 2003 is also still pretty early on, right? Kobe's in year 7 at this point. This card's over 20 years old. It's very blue and it's very nice. Has a lot going for it, but to me, this is a far, far superior card. Okay, I took way too long on that, but I really wanted to pound that one home. Oh man, I'm almost out of time. I just really wanted to highlight this image here from this shoe. Figure out where on the shoe it comes from. Might be just right off the way that it looks to me. Almost looks like it's like from the padding on the inside of the shoe. I'm thinking that's where that's from. I don't think it's from the back, but take a close look, see if you can figure that out. Find some old shoes and figure out where that comes from. It is very cool. I obviously wish he was wearing another uniform, right? The Suns are not the number 1 team that I would choose to have Shaq with, but this is probably a Phoenix Suns shoe. It's probably why they had him wear it. Does it say anything on the back? Nope, just says that it's game worn, and that's pretty cool too. So Jordan, what I said about on this one is like, I can't even hardly see the autograph, and you do have to, it's very premium. You know, you got all this gold along the edges, the exquisite gold, but the gold autograph does get a little lost. It does. I mean, look, it's a Jordan exquisite autograph. It is wonderful, and it's a big deal card. I can't believe this card's 11 years old now. It's a big deal card. I don't like that the autograph gets a little lost, and I love gold autographs so much. Compare that with this one. Now, this card's not nearly as premium of a set in some people's minds, right? UD Black versus Exquisite. Oh, you know what? This one came out of Exquisite, though. This is where UD Black was sort of like a subset within Exquisite. I will tell you this. I've only ever owned one non-licensed Jordan autograph in my whole time collecting, and it was a UD Black Jordan. I love this. I love how they did these cards. I do. I think this card in hand, other than it's in a BGS holder that is likely got scratches and dings on it, not for sure, but you know, it's graded all the way back in the 9 millions. It probably is beat up a little bit. I'll just tell you, aesthetically, this card though, it's just wonderful. The holofoil on the mat with the autograph, the paint pen autograph on the mat, because it's a matte, like a papery matte card. It's just really, really nice. Like really nice. I'd pay twice as much for this as I would the golf card, maybe more. I know it's not as rare. I love this. Like, I love it. And when you see what other Jordan autographs are going for, if you're just like, I just want a really nice Jordan autograph, I'm telling you, in person, it's a showstopper. Now, will some people be like, oh, I don't want him in a UNC uniform. I need it to be NBA licensed. Yes, they will be like that. But I just love it aesthetically. It's really wonderful. Okay, I wanted to look at this Jeter. This year of rubies in basketball, I don't love the look of, but I love the look of this card. I freaking love this card. I don't know if it has more stars in it. I don't know if MC just did like a brilliant job of imaging this, but dang it, this is a beautiful card. 16 out of 50. Again, this is called Star Rubies Extreme. Look at that card. Get that card in hand. Tilt that one side to side. That looks just awesome. All right, Joe Burrow. I just want to see that this one's game used. I'm reasonably, this enclosed authentic memorabilia is not from any specific game or event. Huh. So is it not game used? Maybe it's not. Well, I'm wrong. I figured since this like wasn't a rookie that it had to be, it had to say something. The enclosed authentic memorabilia. This is, I mean, sorry for the letdown. I was sure that was going to be game used. It is not. All right, moving on. Okay, this DeRozan I love. And I know this one's not game used. This one's going to be from, enclosed Invent Worn. This is going to be from his rookie photo shoot. So I love this card, though. I do. So a couple reasons. One, you don't see it on the front here. This is a rookie year card for DeRozan. See, 09. 09 National Treasures is the first year that we got National Treasures. So this is from the first year of National Treasures, very important product, a logo man, autograph of a guy who is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Whether you like it or not, DeMar DeRozan will be in the Hall of Fame. Dude's got like 26,000 points. He's not done. I mean, DeMar DeRozan might score 30,000 points in his career. I mean, he's just, I say 26,000. Am I wrong? How close am I? Should we see? Let's see. How many points does DeMar DeRozan have? I seriously think it's like 26,000 points. Maybe I'm crazy. Come on, internet. Do your job. Hurry up. Okay, this is the worst part of my show I've ever done. Are you kidding me? Maybe I'll look it up on my phone when my internet goes super slow. It's ridiculous. How many points does DeMar DeRozan have? 25,292 points. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer without question. And this is a rookie logo man auto. Is it on sticker? Yes. Is it out of number? Is it out of 1? No, it's 1 out of 5. But is it from the brand? It is. And remember, back then, they just didn't have a lot of logo man cards. Like I think in this set, he probably has like 20 different logo men total. He's got like multiple out of 5 and some that are signed, some that aren't. So he has like quite a few logo men cards. He doesn't have hardly any that are autographed, and there weren't any other sets. There weren't other sets that had like logo men cards like there are now. They just put them all in National Treasures. So if you're a DeRozan fan, man, like that is a really cool piece. Really, really cool piece. Okay, this Jordan, what I wanted to highlight here, see, it says Wizards on the back. If you look at the back of this, you're going to find out this is like a big set. I think there's like 10 or 15 cards, all of them Jordan signed, like these labels, these like Avery labels that get put into the card. Card's not graded, but it is 24 out of 30. The story here is that he's in the Bulls uniform, and a lot of people want MJ in that Bulls uniform on that autograph. Okay, so what is this? So in 2014, Eminence, Panini made Eminence. It was the highest, Eminence is the highest dollar product Panini has ever made. They made around 5,000 cards total for the whole product. If I remember right, it was like 4,900 cards or 5,900 cards, something like that, total across the whole product. The base set is what you're looking at here. So the base cards were serial numbered to 10. And they made 50 cards. Well, actually, they made 47 cards. They skipped 3 of the cards because they couldn't get the 3 guys to sign. Those 3 guys are Derrick Rose, Kawhi Leonard, and Russell Westbrook. And the reason that I know all this is because I put together this set. I'm certainly the only person weird enough or crazy enough to have ever put together this set before. It took me from the end of 2015 when the product came out to like 2019 or 2020. The last things that I needed for the set were the Dennis Rodman, which ironically is also up right now at MC Sports Cards, also my card, and one of the plates. Kobe is the best card in the set. For Kobe Bryant, if you want to talk about his best base cards, I believe you have to include this card. I do. It's his only Eminence base card. He has other Eminence cards from post-career, right? And he has other Eminence cards from 2014. Remember, he signed a ton of Eminence cards as part of like this Kobe Bryant Eminence product. And those cards are cool. But he only has a few cards from the real first Eminence, right? I personally don't think the hobby has like ever really gravitated toward this set because it's as rare as it is, because the cards move as infrequently as they do. I sold a Weber from my set last week. It sold for $1,500. It was the first time it had been listed in 6.5 years. But Kobe has not been 6.5 years, and he does have these other Eminence cards from another product. And so I think there's a good chance this one totally falls through the cracks. I consider this massively falling through the cracks, mostly because people love base cards. This is a base card. There's only 10 of them. It's not a parallel. Like this is the most common version of this card that there is. And, we'll see what it sells for. I have no idea if it sells for this or if it sells for 4 times this. I have no clue. What I do know is I'm sad that it's gone, and I'm seeing what it's at right now, and I'm like, crap, I shouldn't have sold it. But that's okay. That's what happens. I got to sell stuff to pay for a big card, and that's how it goes. Pete Rose. Okay, so here's what I want to look at on here. So this will be a good test for Card Ladder here. So if we come back to Card Ladder, which apparently I just got out of, and we come into the sales history, and we just type in, it's 68, right? I should know this off the top of my head. I do not. Oh my goodness, I'm taking too long. 63. Gosh, I wasn't even close. That's embarrassing. 1963 Topps Rose PSA 8. This is going to be a big number, guys. $15,525. Meanwhile, there's this one sitting at $5,600. So the question, and the only question that really matters is, well, I shouldn't say the only question. If you're buying this card to hope to cross it to an 8, is there a chance that you can get a PSA 8 out of it? And then if it's not a PSA 8, what if it's a PSA 7? $5,500. So if you think it's a 7, you're already over that. If you think it's an 8, you could possibly triple your money. And that's the question. So you look really close. Is that edge and corner there going to allow it to get an 8? Is that the only thing that's really wrong with the card? Could it be a PSA 8? Again, I'm not going to tell you that one way or the other. It's just not my specialty. But what I do know is this card was graded a long time ago in that Beckett holder. And it's been in that Beckett holder ever since. That's something that I personally really like a lot. Okay, so I want to tell you about this trade. So when I was, this is probably a year ago, I had a friend who had listed this card on his, not for sale, but had shown it off on his Instagram. And I saw it and I was like, dang, I want that. Now here's the backstory. If you've followed my content on Instagram, you know that I do a top 10 every week for MC Sports Cards. And this card showed up on MC Sports Cards. I think it was MC. It might have been somebody else. It showed up and I was like, dang, I want that. No. It was the Fanatics Weekly. I was like, I want that. I had no money though. I had no cash. And then when it sold for $7,500. And I was like, dang it. I would have loved to have had that Duncan. And this was, a year and a half ago, before the world changed on us a little bit. And so I saw it and I was like, man, I'm sad I missed out. And then I found out that my friend got it. And at some point, I can't remember if he put it up on his Instagram or if he said something, but he talked about how much he wanted a Kobe autograph, like a really nice Kobe autograph. And so I sent him, let's go check out Card Ladder again. I sent him one of these Kobe signature spotlights. I think it's from, there's Spotlight Signatures is what it's called. I always forget it. Signatures Spotlight. We'll put that there. And then put in Noir. And it's the one that everybody loves, right? Where he's walking away from the camera. I can't find it right now. Let's see. Okay, so one sold, but gosh, this doesn't even matter. This is all the way back in 2024. Why can I not find one? Let's just try like Kobe Auto Noir. I'm a little bit surprised. They've had this. There have been a bunch of these on Card Hobby, but maybe the sales haven't. Maybe they haven't been paid for, and maybe that's not why it's not showing up on here. That's my guess, honestly, is that they've sort of filtered them out because they've deemed them not certain to be real. Well, I don't see one. I think it's 2016. Let me just try that real quick. If I put in 2016, do I get it? Anyway, I traded this card for the Duncan, and I think he sent me back $1,000 or something like that. Yeah, the last one's from July. It's worth a lot more than that now. So the question is, did I make a big mistake? How big of a mistake did I make? And I'm not sure yet. No one knows. We won't know until eight hours from now. As of right now, I made a huge mistake. I love this card though, and I wanted it in my collection more than I wanted the Kobe in my collection. The card is numbered out of you can't see it here, but it's numbered out of 7. So in the final year of Upper Deck's, the final year of their reign, they had to get rid of their excess materials, and so they made this set called Logo Men. LeBron's numbered out of 6. Kobe's numbered out of 8. Kobe numbered out of 8 might be a 6-figure card now, and LeBron out of 6 is not cheap either. Might also be getting close to 6 figures. And Tim Duncan's sitting at $6,900, the same quantity. I don't know what happens with this. We've seen a lot of big Tim Duncan sales. I'm obviously hoping it goes for a lot more than what it's at right now, though. I'll tell you that. A lot more. So we'll see. We'll see together. It'll be a fun one to watch tonight. All right. This card, again, one of my absolute favorite cards in this auction, and one of my favorite cards from 03 Exquisite. It's just incredible that this exists. So from 03 Exquisite, all 4 of the biggest rookies, all 4 of their patches, they're on the card. The holo foil is really sweet, as you can see here. And again, they're like real deal rookie. Like this is a rookie card for these 4 guys from Exquisite. This isn't one of those sets. Let me give you some background here. 03 Exquisite Foursomes is not a set where it's like, oh, LeBron's on 5 different cards. LeBron's on this card. Is he on one more? I don't think so. I think there's 10 cards total. And there's like one that's like some of the all-time greatest players. And there's one that's like 4 great European players. And then there's a few that are like team-oriented. Like one's a Laker card with Shaq and Kobe, Malone and Peyton. This is the card from the set that I think is the coolest. Because all 4 of these guys really matter. 3 of them played together in the end. And then Carmelo, like these guys are just tied together forever. And only LeBron remains in the NBA today. There are nearly 10 times as many Exquisite RPAs. In fact, there are over that many because there's the 1 out of 23. There's 12 times as many Exquisite RPAs as there are copies of this card. And 03 Exquisite matters. It just does. I would expect this card to jump quite a bit. I can't remember the last time we saw one for auction. I've always loved it. It's certainly going to be one of my favorite cards of the week. Man, guys, I'm so far over. I got to go faster. I love this Wilt autograph. He has like 450 or 475 in existence. It's one of my favorite Kobe inserts ever. If I wasn't saving money for something else, I would be in the market for this. The story on this one, the biggest part of it is that this is number 23 of 50. And being that this is one of his rarest refractors in existence, I think I just think these are comically undervalued. I really do. For whatever reason, people don't love the Wizards stuff the way they should. Another card of mine that I'm like, holy crap, this is low. We've seen Reggie Miller suffer 20 grand. We've seen other guys that aren't as collected as Stockton in the same level of rarity suffer way less, and it's sitting at $4,400. Not good so far. We'll see what it does, but man, I felt like I could let this go because I bought the Ultra 1 of 1, which is his first Ultra 1 of 1 card. It gave me a better Stockton 90s card. And that's why I was willing to let this one go. But yeah, I'm like sitting here going, man, that's low. It's so low. I just sort of have faith though. Like 180 watchers, the number of really big Stockton collectors out there, I think it's going to end up really rallying. I do. I have no idea what it'll sell for, but we'll see. And one of the best Allen Iverson cards really like in existence, numbered out of 50. Number 40. Oh, number 49. This is one of the redemption cards. Was originally distributed via a full set to somebody who pulled a redemption for the full set. And that's why it's in such good shape. An 8.5, just a huge piece. Grant Slayton has owned, I feel like 30 of these 50 copies. It's crazy. I wonder if this is him selling this one right here. You can definitely make the case this is the third best player or third best card in the set. Would you rather have this or Duncan or Shaq? Those are or Rodman. Those are really your competitors. And then this very yellowed Michael Jordan. I think there's a second one. I think that's what we saw. There's two super yellow Dunkin' Donuts. One's way more yellow though. This is the way more yellow one. All right. That is it for MC Sports Cards. All right. It's time to hit the Fanatics Collect Premier Auction. Guys, the MC auction was amazing. There was incredible stuff. The real craziest six-figure stuff though, the high six-figure stuff, there's a lot of that stuff in this Fanatics Collect auction. So reminder, come join me and Jeremy as we discuss this auction Thursday night, and as we watch the items end together. Come join the chat. It's always so much fun. Let's talk about this auction. So 10 on the Messi. It's sat at $800,000 now for the last week. We've seen it sell for over twice via private sales, over $1 million twice in the last like 2 weeks. And so the question is, does this one keep up with that, or were those people crazy to pay that? Right now, one more bid and it's over $1 million. So it's sort of getting there, but we'll find out then. There's only 20 of these. It's the premier soccer card ever made. It's the Messi card. Finished 9th in the 25 and 25 crowdsourcing project that we just finished up with. 9th. It was the only soccer card that finished on the top 25. Ronaldo finished 32nd, I believe. His mega cracks. There's only 20. How are collectors going to be collecting in 10 years from now? Are there more PSA 10s out there? These are the important questions to ask. I guess the other thing that I would say is this. If this is the Michael Jordan 86 Fleer of soccer, what if Michael Jordan's 86 Fleer only had 20 PSA 10s? It has 16 times that. 16 and a half times that. How big of a difference does that make? Card's 21 years old at this point. Do you think you're going to get that many more PSA 10s? What if there were only 20 PSA 10 86 Fleer Jordan rookies? Speaking of iconic cards, the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 8. Check the pop report. That's where you're going to find the biggest parts of the story here. How does this card compare to those other copies? When we did the iconic 100 back in 2022, the countdown here goes from 100 to 1, and the number one card in the hobby, number one most iconic card in the hobby, as voted by those experts at that time, was the Mantle. And it's an 8. It's a huge deal. Whenever an 8 Mantle moves, it's a huge deal. And then the third most expensive card to this point in the auction is an 8.5 Jordan 84 Star. Big blue autograph. Looks really good. I personally like this blue because I like that you can see the card. The autograph's graded at 10 as well. And then some absolutely huge pieces. The 86 Fleer in a PSA 10, the Steph in an 8.5 with 10 autograph, Huge piece, great patch. And then a card that I think for a lot of us is like maybe our favorite card of the auction, the Magic Bird. I've always said if there's like a combination that I wanted, because I'm not a big combo guy. I'm not a big put two guys on one card and it makes it a lot better. But if there's certain combinations that are like just timeless. And Magic Larry is one of those. The Logoman here match. In fact, we're going to look at that one up close. Let's check that one up close here in a second. Another big Logoman card, actually from his second year in the league. It's on a sticker, but it's from National Treasures. It's an early Logoman auto of Steph Curry. One that I know people are watching. There's two of these. It's number 2 out of 2. Jordan 10. These have been moving, obviously. And then another card that in this auction is really worth watching. The best gold refractor in a black label in existence. That's true. It's the best gold refractor in a black label in existence. I asked some people at the beginning of this auction, what do you think this will go for? And I had people tell me, I think it's like $200,000 or $300,000. And I'm like, this is a huge card to me. You know, if the black label still means anything, this card's going to sell for a lot of money. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Another one of my favorite cards in the auction, the Michael Jordan Exquisite 1 of 1 from 2004. He's got 7 total 1 of 1s ever that are like base parallel exquisite cards, and most of them have never sold at auction. This one has never sold at auction. Is this $1 million card? Again, like this one we just talked about, I'm not sure, but it's one of those that you sort of look at and go, this could do big things. It sort of checks the boxes, right? A 1 of 1 exquisite base card of Michael Jordan. Messi in a 9.5. 9.5 is at 140, 10's at 800. Is the 10 worth 6 times as much? Triple autograph here with MJ, LeBron, and Magic. It's the only time that they did this set for Exquisite. They signed 3 of these cards. They're game used. Huge piece, $130,000. Big Mahomes, obviously. I love this card. I've talked about this before. There's 1s out of 5. I think the 5's probably valued more, but the 1s out of 10 are so much better looking. So much better looking. The holofoil on the card really knocks it out of the park. Michael Jordan's first Bulls jersey autograph, graded a 910. There's 6 different versions of this card, and the first year that they did jersey autographs, he's wearing an All-Star jersey, not this one. It's the famous Bulls jersey. An eye appeal A on this one. PSA 4, but a top 30% for above average. Then we get to, what is this? A Messi from 2004 that I didn't know existed. PSA 10, that's at over $100,000. Boy, we got to check the pop on that. That's going to be a story. There's no question something's going on there with that pop. The Tom Brady out of 5 flawless patch autograph. A lot of people believe this is his best patch autograph in existence. This patch on this is really pretty sweet compared to most of them that you see. I'm not as big of a fan of a green as I am the gold out of 10, but I love this card. I do. I love it. Kobe's second gold prism card. This one's a PSA 10, which is a big, big, big deal. Second prism gold. Other than the 2012, a lot of people would say this is his best prism gold card. There's only 10 of them, and there's only 5 PSA 10s. Jordan Kobe, obviously we've seen Jordan and Kobe stuff just absolutely explode over the course of the last month. This one's going to be no different. BGS 9 on the Brady, gold there. Maradona 1977 football disc. I haven't seen one of these in a while. We saw we saw these sell during the pandemic a lot more than we've seen them recently. I think people are selling stuff now because they're excited for the World Cup and what that might mean for them selling right now. This Kobe, nice 3-color. I had one very similar to this in an 8.5. It is a game used patch. It's one of the most iconic cards of the Exquisite era, the Upper Deck era. Let's go to page 2 here. Ooh, the Black Curry PSA 7, $55,000 is what that's at right now. Pre-BP. He just does not have a lot of key rookie cards, guys. Oh, it's number 50 of 50. For some people, that's really cool. Pop 4, just 2 graded higher. His Bowman Black is like that too. Both his Topps black paper and his Bowman black paper. He doesn't have anything in Bowman other than paper. I don't know why I said that. They both just don't have a lot of high grade copies. So this one, number 50 of 50, that's going to be an interesting auction to watch, I think. LeBron numbered to 6 essential credentials. The story there is in the rarity. The orange Aaron Judge BGS 9.5, huge piece. A Kobe refractor from 96. And then another card that's one of my favorite cards of the week. So I did a reel on this one. And as I was doing the reel, I found myself, this happens to me sometimes. I found myself doing the reel saying to myself, gosh, I want this card, which is a little bit surprising because I haven't been thinking about like LeBron rookies as of late, but I don't think people understand how big of a deal this card is. This card did finish on the 25 and 25. People know it and they love it. And look, 25 cards, there's not a lot that, there's a lot of cards that didn't make the list that people thought, but the 03 Topps LeBron is a beloved card. It's his first real like NBA card. He's not even wearing the jersey. He's just got it in front of him. And this is the highest level of that. They made 99 of them. And not only is it the highest level, it's one of 7 PSA 10s. So you get 7 PSA 10s of this gold rookie card. How many PSA 10s do you have of the gold chrome? You've got 9. So the gold chrome, there's half as many of them, but there's more PSA 10s. It's a really tough PSA 10, guys. Really tough. And oh, by the way, it hasn't sold in 5 years. So this is one to watch. It might just peter out and not get a lot of bids on it. And if that happens, I'm going to sit there and wish that I had cash. But I think there's also a chance it does some things that really surprises people, especially with the PSA 10 crowd going crazy. I think it's a reasonable question. What would you rather have, this or the chrome gold refractor? People are going to say, of course, the chrome gold refractor, Adam. You're crazy. Okay, but why? I don't like the white suit. Okay, I like the white suit. I like that it's first. I like that it's rarer. I like that it's more condition sensitive. I like all that stuff. Now, I say it's rarer. It's rare in a 10. It's not rare total. If you're not a condition sensitivity guy, go get an 8 or a 9 of this card. But if you want the best, one of the best ones in existence, a card that only moves once every 5 or 6 years, there's your shot on that card. Another one of my favorite cards in the auction, the Messi autographed rookie. There's fewer of these than there are of the PSA 10s. Across all grades, there's fewer. Will there always be, or will he ever sign a whole bunch? That's the question. If he's not going to sign a bunch, then this is going to end up being a huge piece as the years go by. I think people worry that he'll sign a bunch at some point. And the fact is, we just don't know. Why hasn't he signed very many to this point? Why is he never signing? I don't really understand that. Shohei Blue, always a big deal. Montana 10, another big deal card, and 8 on this. We sold one of these or saw one of these sell for just over 12 grand or something a year ago. And now it's way more than that. Man, seeing this Kobe makes me mad because this has been on my want list for so long. I've been really close a couple times, but here it is. First year flawless. I love this card. 36 grand. Might sell for a lot more. 2013 Brady gold. So I did a story on 2013 Prism versus Select Silvers of Brady. When I found out on last week's MC auction that in the same grade, the Select outsold the Prism. I was really surprised at that. Because I thought Prism's always higher, right? But what I didn't realize is 2013 is the first year of Select. This is the first year of Select. So the question that you have to ask is, what would you rather have, a 2013 gold Select or a 2013 gold Prism? Well, if the silvers are any indicator, the community liked the Select silver way more than the Prism silver, way more. It's a rarer card for sure. It was pop 22 to pop 35, something like that. But I was really surprised to see the Select outsell it, even though it is a first year card. Will this gold outsell a Prism gold in the same grade? It should be a fun watch. Judge at a 50 gold, huge card. A PSA 10 on this. Jordan, huge piece. People don't like the color turning green, but I'll tell you what, there's only 4 PSA 10s of this. And back in 97 and 98, we weren't thinking about PMGs as much as we were thinking about gold embossed refractors. we didn't know that that's what this was called. We just knew that on the back of the pack, you could see how rare they were, even getting a common. I remember a few commons walking into House of Cards in Salt Lake, like a Christian Leitner and like a Dikembe Mutombo or something like that, and just thinking, oh, these are so cool just to see even commons from this set. The white box, blue Shea, 1/1 at 36,000. The Gordie Howe rookie in a PSA 8 at 36,000. One of my favorite and most underappreciated Jordans in existence. This is one of the first two sets, maybe the first set. I don't really know that was ever serial numbered for basketball. It's this or the not ultra. It's either this or the EX credentials that were numbered. This is the highest level of this card. There's no 1/1s. This is the Rose Zero. The Rose Zero is the best of the Rose, and it's the Rose Zero Legacy. It's the best Michael Jordan card that came out of the first year of Showcase. The only thing that would be better is if you got a better serial number or a better grade. But pop 1 of 13, 5 graded higher from PSA. This card, I think, is going to surprise some people. We continue to see PSA graded elite cards like this really perform well, and I would suspect that we'll see that. BGS 8 here. A manuscripts of Cristiano Ronaldo. It's an autograph card. Very cool. Messi autograph card. A really cool dual patch of LeBron. And then another 2004 Messi that's another set that I don't know as well at $30,000. Cool Shohei autograph on jersey here. A BGS 9.5 on the Jordan. And then, of course, an OPC Gretzky. We're going to stop there for as we go through Fanatics, but I've got a couple cards individually that I wanted to look at. So Magic and Bird, I mentioned this earlier. Magic and Bird have a connection that's different than most guys. Most duels don't really do it for me. Maybe they do for you, and that's fine. But for me as a collector, most dual autographs or dual patches don't really mean a lot. Even if there is a connection, I'll sort of look at them and be like, oh, okay, cool. There's a cell that I felt like was really instructive recently, a couple of cells that were really instructive. And I talked about this on my Instagram. A couple months ago, we had a Yao Ming Tracy McGrady dual Logoman auto out of Exquisite Cell, and it sold for less than a single T-Mac Ultimate Logoman auto sold the prior month. So T-Mac by himself or Yao and T-Mac, both 1/1s, both Logoman autos. What would you rather have, the single T-Mac or the dual? I think most people would take the dual. The T-Mac sold for more. Why is the T-Mac sell for more? This is really important, guys. For a collector, an individual player collector, that T-Mac single is, you could imagine in their minds, they might say that's the pinnacle as a T-Mac collector. I want to own a Logoman of Tracy McGrady. I want to own a Logoman auto of Tracy McGrady. I don't want somebody else with him. I'm a T-Mac collector. That's the card I want. It's easy to sort of imagine that, especially if you wanted him on the Rockets, that sort of thing. It's easy to say that. But when you add Yao to it, it does include more. It's more on the card, and that's really cool. And not only that, the two together are really cool because they played together and they had success together. They're sort of inseparably connected. Like Yao's career is with T-Mac. T-Mac and Yao on their own are worth more than the pair, though. So, and that's a good combination. This two, I think, might be different, though, because Magic and Bird are inseparably connected, like more so than those two. Even though those two are teammates, this was the 80s, right? These two played in, 5 finals or 6 finals against each other. They were, the best of rivals. And the fact that you can see that little bit of color around the Logoman patch, the fact that you've got the holofoil around the window, it's one of the better years of Exquisite's dual Logoman auto designs. It's just got everything going for it. So I really like it. I don't think it's like that Yao T-Mac comparison that I made. I think that you need the right combination. And we talk about right combinations. I mean, we saw Jordan Kobe sell. We saw what it sold for. So it's clear that the market is determined that that's a combination that's like totally accretive to the value, right? The sum of its parts is not as great as like the whole of it. I think Stockton Malone are like that. They don't have very many duels, unfortunately. but they're inseparably connected. I think Shaq and Penny, maybe Shaq and Kobe. Too bad Shaq and Kobe don't really have dual autographs. Most of them aren't real, although there is one up right now with a choir in this premier auction that I believe that most people believe is legit. Now, one of the autographs is on a sticker. I believe that that's one where people sort of look at it and they go, that's a duel that's legit. But yeah, Shaq and Kobe, Penny and Shaq. There's not very many though where you're like, I want that combo. That combo is accretive. I think this is one of them. It's a lot of money. It's a lot more than it was even very recently, but yeah, I like it. There are other years of these two. I can't remember how many total, if there's 4 or 5. If I was logged into Beckett, I would check that for you guys real quick, but I'm going to skip that. So then I do want to check the PSA pop though on this, because I got to understand why this is a 7 or a 6-figure card. This has got to be like, there's got to be like 5 of these or something silly. There are, what? There's 47 of these? So why was I thinking 5? I guess I was thinking that the other one that is a pop 20 was, more than this, but not that much more than this. But that's way more valuable than this. That card is, right now 10 times the price of this card. So Mundachromo Liga has 47 PSA 10s, and it's $85,000. How much higher will it go? It is a PSA 10, right? Let's see how many of these are graded total. 47 10s, but there are, wow, okay, so there's quite a few of these. There's 1,300, over 1,300 of these have been graded. It's almost twice as much. It's almost twice as much as the Mega Cracks, and the 10 rate is just a little bit higher. It's easier to get a 10 of this, but not like way easier, not even twice as easy. It's easier. There's 47 of these and almost twice as many made. So it's like 50% easier, 60% easier. Still not an easy 10. 47 out of 1,300. Interesting. All right, we're going to call it there for Fanatics Collect, and now we will go to Golden, where we have ending in 5 days. See, this Steph is ending in 5 days. I thought it was in this. Oh, I don't want the fall vintage because that ends next week. I'm going to get rid of the fall vintage, and we're going to look at, for Golden, the biggest items ending at this week's Elite, and we're sorted by highest first. So we start with a Steph NTRPA. Number 52 out of 99. Great looking patch. A 9.5. 240 grand. It's the set, guys. It's the first ever set from Panini National Treasures. We're lucky we got it. They almost didn't make it. I'm so glad they did. 2018 Bowman Chrome. This is the orange. Ooh, an orange Shohei. It's been a while since we've seen an orange Shohei. That'll be fun to watch, especially with how hot he's been. PSA 10 on the Jordan. Always good to see one of those. All right, look at this next row. I think I might like the second row even better than I like the first row. Jordan game jersey auto is first ever Bulls. We've already talked about how there's 6 of these. Triple autograph with Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan. There's 106, I think, of these. And then a LeBron gold refractor in a PSA 9. The 10 Ronaldo rookie card, over $100,000. The Jordan PMG out of 1998, over 100 grand. The La Liga Panini Mega Cracks Messi in a 9.5 and $90,000. Shohei's, we talked about this one earlier, Shohei's kanji autograph. We saw yesterday the regular one sell for significantly less. I think it was $16,000, but that is what happens sometimes. The Kobe, so we get Kobe and MJ in the same auction. Be interesting to compare those two. It won't be an apples to apples comparison. Actually, it will be an apples to apples comparison. Oh, that's going to be fun. I'm excited to see what the multiplier is on that. I'm very excited to see the multiplier on that. The LeBron with a 5. Oh, is this the same one that I saw sell recently? I think this is the same one that sold at Heritage. where they didn't have the card graded. It was just graded in authentic, but this card's a 5. That's not a bad grade. It's not perfect, obviously, but 5 is not a bad grade for this card. Wonder how much more it'll sell for. That'll be fun to watch. All right. Credentials Kobe, another kanji autograph for Shohei. Ooh, a 910 on the Luka. 97 Jordan game jersey autograph. Ooh, an 8 on the Kobe. We're going to find out how much the 8 of 8 was worth compared to this. Like, how much more did it go for because it was an 8 of 8? The Atomic Refractor on the Shohei, one of my favorite Jordan autographs in the world. I love this card. I saw one of these pulled live. Triple autograph of the big 3, but it's on a sticker. Yeah, this golden auction is just huge, guys. It's just huge. A lot of great stuff. We're just going to quickly scroll through this one. I'm bad out of energy here. I love this Jordan autograph. It's one of his first ones in existence. 1 of 1 Kobe on the exquisite here. Don't be shocked if that does some big stuff, is what I would say there. Because like Jordan, he only has 7 1 of 1s. How cool is it that we get a Jordan 1 of 1 and a Kobe 1 of 1 in the same week selling? That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay, guys, that is it for this week. I did it in an hour and 10 minutes. I know that was a lot. Tons of huge items. Go check them all out. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff. And until next time, happy collecting.